Apex Legends and Titanfall. 4 years ago, the principals founded a new independent studio with the hopes of pushing the shooter genre forward with a new original game. I've played it, and after you see this trailer, I think you're going to want to as well. Welcome to Highguard.
Damn!
After the painful reveal it had at the Game Awards being the last game to be shown, it is currently out and had mostly negative reviews already. And a lot of these reviews I claim to be kind of unfair because a lot of the player base were just already hating on it. If you can check like the trailer for the game, it already had like hella like dislikes. But now since the game out and people tried it, there is like a good majority of people who actually played enough to really give it a review. And there's also not enough people to really give it a review as well, since people just want to hate on it just to hate on it. But after about 3 to 4 hours of playing this game, playing about almost like 10 matches, I can say that this game's really not that good. And it has a lot of glaring issues, and it feels like this game's kind of all over the place on what it wants to be. Now, if you don't know what Highguard is a 3v3 raid shooter, kind of hero shooter. And the reason why I say kind of is because the abilities are not like super like out there, and it's not like super in depth. It's just like, oh, a hero, like you have like this like one ability, and then you have the ultimate, and then you have like kind of like an extra ability. Like that's really it when it comes like the hero aspects of it. It's not really super in depth like most hero shooters are when it comes to that aspect, which I'm fine with and it's whatever. But like it's just weird how this game could have just removed the whole hero shooter aspect and could have called it something else, because the hero part of it, like for me personally, it barely plays a part. Like honestly, like, and some of it's like kind of like unbalanced. For example, the ice guy, I forgot his name. Dude, his ability, for me at least, from what I played and seen and used from him, is broken. Like his ultimate turns like this beast. He has a ton of health. He has a shield. He can build up ice walls. And then some of the other like heroes just don't really fit, or just like fit in. Let me say like fit in with like the balancing of the game, because it feels like some of their abilities are just kind of just okay. For example, there's this one character who can just like break their walls easily and do like a claw attack, and it's just okay. And then you have these other like kind of broken heroes like the sand, I don't remember these, they're forgettable names, but the sand girl, she can like go completely invisible, and then she can like just go straight through like walls even to reinforced. Also, the reinforcing in this game kind of useless, since you can get through the walls so easily whether they're reinforced or not. So I feel like the reinforcement like round when you first start the game is just completely useless, and I don't know why they have that. It feels like Rainbow trying to do like Rainbow Six Siege, oh, reinforcement, but like, dude, reinforcements barely do anything, if I'm gonna be completely honest. But besides the hero shooter part of it, the 3v3 I feel like just really doesn't work with the maps they have. The maps are so big and open, and a lot of it feels empty. It feels like it was supposed to be PvP/PvE, because there's so many open areas where the game feels like, oh, you guys are gonna go fight over here. But in reality, it's just a place you go get loot, because there's like these gear up rounds where you go around the map getting loot. And that part is just really boring, and it's just kind of filled with nothing. It feels like this was meant for more players. Maybe if this is like a 4v4 or 5v5, or had like, again, a PvE element to it, it would make sense with the like large map scale. But for me at least, and from what I've seen from a lot of people, it just doesn't really make sense and doesn't play well with the 3v3 aspect of the game. Now for the overall gunplay, I think the gunplay is just kind of just okay. I don't think it's really crazy good. It kind of feels a little sluggish and weird, especially with the server issues. I had a lot of like hit register issues where I would dump like an entire mag into someone and they just take no damage and walk off. And again, this could have been my issue with me lagging, but I didn't lag too much. I had more of an issue with shots actually hitting. And also another issue that plays hard with the gameplay is the frame rate issues. Oh my god, this game slogs a lot of the times, especially when you're doing a raid. When you're raiding someone or defending your base from a raid, like this game drops. I had like 75 to 80 frames throughout the entire game, and then once you do like a raid or something like that, it just drops to like below 60, like 50 to 60, jumping up and down. Super inconsistent, especially on PC. I don't know how it is for console, but for PC, it's just sluggish. And on top of that, the visuals kind of get blurry too. Like, especially while watching it. Like, watching it looks blurry, and playing it also look kind of blurry too, like the visuals. Hopefully they had a patch soon which fixes this, but we don't know. And speaking of gunplays, I feel like the guns in this game kind of feel a bit underwhelming. I don't know if I'm the only one who feels that. Like, the guns are just kind of just basic or just whatever. And I feel like some of the guns don't even really fit with like the aesthetic the game's going for. It's like this weird Valorant aesthetic it's going for, and the guns don't even play with it. Like, the guns just kind of feel just like something they took off Apex and kind of changed it up a bit. That's what it personally feels like for me. And I guess the Apex aspect of it makes sense since it is the same people from Titanfall and Apex that made this game. Since now we're on the topic of art style and aesthetic, I am not really the biggest fan of this fantasy-like art style that they went for. It kind of feels very basic and just whatever. Like, it kind of reminds me of like Valorant, even though it's like Valorant was like a code of like fantasy on it. Like, that's what it really looks and feels like to me. And yeah, the heroes just kind of feel just generic and basic and uninspired. Feels like I've seen these heroes in a million other games because, you know, hero shooter are just overly done and exaggerated, and this game's a perfect example of it. Because, man, this game, like, it's just basic. I don't really know what else to say except, yeah, it's kind of basic. The visuals are not very impressive, and art style is just overall just very dull. Now, the overall movement and like kind of speed of this game, I think is actually one of the best parts of this game. I like how you can get to mount very quickly and you can go around this big map fast. So thankfully that's not an issue. But the character movement is a bit slow and sluggish, so it's kind of just eh. But at least the mounts make it a lot better, and they feel pretty decent to ride as well. They also have zip lines you can put down or just around the map in general. And another thing they have is this like element, I guess, not element, just like, I guess part of the game element that you can just like teleport. Like, so for example, if you're getting like about to get raided and they had the shield breaker to go to your base, then you can just like hold down the key and teleport to them, which is nice. Like, it's just fast paced, like you're always like in the moment, which is nice. Now, what do I think overall about the game and where will it land in the future? Well, I'm gonna be completely honest. Right now I'm checking the player base. Currently, today, it is already under 20k on Steam, with the highest being around 90k. Now that is really not good, especially for a company this size and the amount of like ambition they put behind this project. It is just, I don't know how long this game is gonna last. Like, people were already calling it Concord 2 before it comes out, and it's out. I don't think it's nearly as much of a failure as Concord. I mean, Concord can only dream of having those numbers. Like, Concord, I don't even think hit 1,000 players. I don't even think, and it costs money to play that game. This game was free to play. If this game cost money, it would have been dead on arrival. That's for sure. But since it's free to play, it kind of saved itself, and that aspect of being free to play can very help like this longevity of this game, because again, it's free to play. So if you're bored, you can just open a free to play game, don't have to spend any money, unless you of course spend money on the microtransactions, which they have a lot of. They have the battle pass, the store, all the typical free to play slop, if I'm gonna be completely honest, and that's kind of expected with these type of live service games. But I don't know, the future of this game is not looking very good. It's already dropping numbers, and it just came out like the other day, and that is not a good look for this game. I also seen a lot of like content creators covering this game and like glazing it because they're getting paid for it, or like, I don't know, it's just weird right now. It feels like there's something fishy going on about this game. Like, I just hear about this game everywhere, and I wanted to make a quick video about it because I played a decent amount of it, and it just kind of feels this mid overall. It feels like a 6 out of 10 game to me. Like, it just doesn't really do something very special or unique. I think it tries to, but it kind of fails, and the gameplay has a lot of like weird things going on, and it feels like this game doesn't truly know what it wants to be at the end of the day. And it's gonna hurt this game a lot. I don't know where this game's gonna be in the next year, or hell, even in the next month. Like, they might even close down the servers that soon, but you know, who knows? They already have like a roadmap to this game for like a next year or something. So they seem pretty committed on keeping this game like fresh with content and trying to keep players. But man, it was already such a bad taste off rip. Like, as soon as it got revealed on the Game Award at the end, it was already a shot in the foot. Like, I was like super disappointed seeing that. Mostly everyone was. Yeah, this game off rip was already a shot in the foot, and it's just limping its way around. And it's sad, but man, like these companies really need to learn that at the end of this day, like people are tired of these free to play hero shooters. Like we have so many of them. We already have Overwatch, we have Marvel Rivals, we got Fragpunk, we got Valorant. I mean, I can just go on how much like hero shooters there are. There's just so many. It's just overly done, and this is probably one of the worst times to drop a hero shooter type game, even though it's not like an actual like hero shooter. It's not like, you know, like Overwatch or Marvel Rivals where it's like a 6v6, 5v5, whatever. Like, you know, it's not really like that. The game mode at least is kind of unique in its own way to make it stand out a bit, but it's clearly not enough, and overall this feels uninspired. But yeah, it's been Kai TV. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.